Now, in an industry often dominated by traditional legal proceedings, Insley Ettienne is bringing a fresh collaborative approach to property mediation. As the founder of Cosil Solutions Limited, she leverages 2 decades of experience in social housing and dispute resolution to create efficient, client focused solutions. Through her pioneering Resolve framework, Insley has transformed mediation into an accessible, relationship driven process that helps landlords, tenants, and property managers find common ground without resorting to litigation. Her journey from corporate leadership to entrepreneurship is a testament to the power of resilience, innovation, and staying true to one's purpose. Without further ado, hello, Insley.
Hello, Kami. How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you. I'm glad to be here with you today. Thanks for the
Awesome.
invitation.
And if you guys can't tell, Lindsay Insley is coming to us from London.
I
So
am.
to all my
Uh,
UK based people, we do have beautiful black business women that we are highlighting, not on the stateside, but all over the world as well. So, Inslee, let's get into it. What inspired you to transition from being from social housing to entrepreneurship, and how was your experience shaped your vision for Coastal Solutions Limited?
oh, my journey started as over 2 decades ago when I started working in property management as an administrator. Eventually, I leveled up from management administrator to senior officers to a court officer where I do a lot of litigation work for my employer. I In doing this litigation work, I found out about mediation, and I decided to get myself accredited, and I achieved an accreditation as a mediator 8 years ago. And the pandemic happened, and I decided, oh, there were situations here I'm doing in my day job I could do outside of my day job
Yeah.
without going to court, without having to go through all the bundles, all the legal documents to kind of prove cases. And my method of doing mediation could actually safeguard the companies in the sense that if we have a mediation, it's private, it's confidential, no one is aware of what agreement has been made. And if both party agrees, yes, it could be a court document, but both party has to agree to it. So the element of confidentiality that strike me and the cost effectiveness of it. Going to court costs you thousands of pounds, whereas mediation does not. It could cost you, for example, litigation could cost you 20,000 in the long run of how long it takes to settle. Mediation takes a week to 2 weeks, depending on the availability, and cost is a fraction of that. So I wanted to make an impact to help landlords and tenants, anyone that has property issues, to know that there is an alternative. Not every time they have to go to court. There's another method. Communication, safeguarding relationships, maintaining relationships, build upon what's there, understand each other's point of view, and work collaboratively.
Yes, there's an easier way
Yeah,
to do it than getting the court system involved.
definitely. And the court system is quite drawn out and it's long-winded.
Yeah.
From
Now,
experiences, from experiences, I've been to court on one matter for over 18 months. And could you imagine the costs that take
right.
going back and forth, presenting, coming back, making other applications, deliberating, and all this is available for public's record. So you could go and research that property or that area of law and find the case matter in public view, whereas mediation is not. It's private and
Yeah,
confidential.
it's private.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Now, what challenges have you faced as a black woman in the property mediation industry, and how have you overcome those challenges?
Whew. Some I've had an experience where by my name alone, I was accepted as for a conversation. Then my accent became an issue because I'm a Caribbean girl in London. Oh, where are you from? The interview hasn't even started yet. I said I'm a Caribbean. I'm from the Caribbean, where I reside in the UK over 20 years. Conversation went on. I thought it went really well. I answered the question, I presented the documents, and I knew I was cheaper than litigation because I know my stuff. However, I did not get a contract. The other person who did get a contract was not the same shape, color, accent as myself. And
Right.
I've trained that. And I trained that person, and they were still a junior.
Wow.
So in the UK, racism is not shown to be in the forefront, but it's very subtle. So we just learn to see it, either address it or move on.
Yeah,
Sometimes the best option is to move on because it's not worth the time. And again, how do you prove it's been a racist act? It could be
especially
you
when
can,
it's subtly
yeah,
done. Yeah.
exactly. Your interpretation against someone else's may not be the same. So yeah, racism in the UK is there, but it's subtle.
Okay.
Constitutional is there.
Okay. My next question is your Resolve, R.E.S.O.L.V.E framework is an innovative approach to property disputes. Can you explain how it works and why it stands out?
Oh wow, it works because without a framework, you do not know which direction to go at. So I believe having a framework would then guide any dispute of inquiry or receive from anyone. You have a conversation and research your issues. Then I'll evaluate it all with my expertise. Um, sorry, I'm going through the Resolve framework. Basically, I research it, analyze it, understand it, educate you on the matter, and then just empowering everyone through the process. Um, Resolve is a powerful tool because it actually shows the clients or the potential landlords or property managers that there's a system in which I follow. I do not just go in and say, "Oh, this is a dispute. Let me just listen to what you've got to say and facilitate such conversation." I go through a structured process via my Resolve framework to ensure that you are educated in the issue and what my um what my suggestions are going forward.
Okay. Now, does Resolve have a particular acronym that you use or
He does. He does. That's what you asked. Let me just give me one solve. Resolve, the acronym is research and understand the problem, educate the parties on the matters and what where if it's a least compliance issue, ensure that we educate them and understand the key issue. For example, the tenant may complain. The landlord may think the tenant is only complaining because they do not want to pay for the service charge. But it's understanding the root of the issue to educate the landlord that the tenant has a reason to query such. And showing my specialism because I've worked in housing for over 22 years. I understand different areas of the housing market. And I've also worked in property management, customer service, and the legal team. So I understand the intricacies within those. So then to highlight the skill set required to understand and break down the problem itself is quite key for the landlord and the tenant to be on both path. V, the value. The value comes in place where I highlight the cost if we were to go to court from the claim form to the end period. If there's anything from the judgments, I show the value and efficiency in communicating, listening to the other party, and understanding the key points in which has been raised, the concerns, and actually ironing those out without just ignoring it and making a settlement. Because we may go to court and the court may say, yes, oh, you have done this wrong. Let's pay £20,000 to John Doe. However, if we were to go through the mediation, we find the root core of the problem and we resolve those. So going forward, these mistakes are not being made again to have repeated costs for the landlord or the freeholder. And for E, empowering the team in which I work for to understand when there's such issues, what actions to take going forward.
I love that. I love it.
Thank
Now, what strategies are most effective in fostering collaboration between landlords, tenants, and stakeholders?
Oh gosh, qualities. Have listening, having open, being open-minded, being neutral. You have to listen to the problem and not being listening keen to respond to say I've acknowledged your concern, but do you truly acknowledge the concern which I've got? There were instances where landlords are charging leaseholders £20,000 for works they've done, but when the leaseholder complain, it's like, oh no, but it has been charged in compliance with your lease and regulations. But have you listened to the core problem? Did you consult correctly? Did you serve correctly? So there's always something in between when a leaseholder complains or a tenant complains that we have to take time to look. So it's about listening, understanding, and respecting each party.
Okay. Now, looking back, what business advice do you wish you had received earlier, and how would it have helped you with your growth?
Oh, wow. Starting off this business has been challenging emotionally, physically, and financially. I have tried every method going on social media. Everyone sells something to you, right? So I've
Hmm.
tried it all. I'm trying to navigate, okay, what do I need to do to start a business? Do I have a name? Where else do I go? If there is a system in place where a community where we support each other and say, well, if you need to start a business, this is the best simple guide, layman's term you need to the tick you need to do to safeguard yourself and do not be phased by the everyone selling things. You got to make sure you know your integrity, your morals. What is it you stand for? Now, everything that's advertised is for you, and I've learned that the hard way. I've spent a lot of money trying to get to where I'm at right now, to so people know who I am out there, and it's a learning experience. I've learned
Okay.
from it. I have got bits from each things I paid for, but being here now, had I known what I know now, then I would have saved myself a lot of money and it's
Okay.
having the support in the community. Not everyone is trying to do what you do. I
Yes.
find in the black community that it's all the gates closed because oh no, I'm not going to tell her. She might do it better than I do. But there
Yeah.
is enough room for us all out there. There
Yes.
is
There
enough
is.
room for us all. Yeah.
Now, how has mentorship, particularly from your daughter, played a role in shaping your business journey?
Oh, my daughter, she's a champion. She's my biggest champion out there. She's 21 years old,
Mhm.
and she sees me. She goes to bed. She sees me in the laptop. She wakes up. She sees me in the laptop. She's like, "Mom, I'm so proud of you." And then she hears how I speak on the phone, so she kind of adapted. So she helps with my admin. She's been really my inspiration. The reason I do it because I want to create generational wealth. It's not only for myself. I want to pass things on to my daughter, my grandkids. I didn't had that growing up, so things I haven't had, I'm trying to create it for going forward with my daughter. She's a true champion. She helps. She even when I get annoyed with something, I'm like, Mom, remember? She calms me. She really do calm me. My daughter is she's my champion. She's my rock.
I love that. Now,
Thank you.
balancing a business with family and a full time job and pursuing a master's degree is not an easy feat and it can be quite
Oh,
challenging. How do you
oh,
effectively manage all of this?
I thought I was a young girl still, you know? Oh, only last week I said to my coach at uni, this is my last educational studies for over I've been studying for as long as I can remember. My daughter has always known me to be doing something. I started off doing law by a different route previously. Um, and I've just been going, trying to find my foot. Then I realized I'm getting older. My degree, the course I'm doing might not be transferable to where I end up staying, whether it's in the States, the Caribbean, or Africa. So I then try convert my studies into the law degree. Then I thought, oh, why not do a master's? I got my law degree, and I think a year had passed, and I thought, oh no, I want to do something else. I want to elevate further. So I then embarked on my law degree. I'm on my final leg right now, and I'm so excited because I've done everything I need to do but the exams. Once I've done my exams, I'll be fully registered in the SRA, which is Solicitors Regulatory Authority in the UK, and I can't wait to achieve something I've always dreamed of achieving. I'm working full time. My boss is really good. I'm very flexible. So that helps. And I have time to travel as well. So that's really good. I love traveling. So this year is very quiet because of my last year of masters. But prior to this year, I've done a lot of traveling. I've worked full time and I've done the business. The business has been challenging because of, as I said to you, without having the right guidance in the beginning, it took a while for me to get to where I'm at right now. But I'm at a stage where I know the next steps. I'm only going upwards. I'm not going backwards. I'm not stalling. I'm not hesitating. I'm just going full blown because I know my services is really something that's just will be do the tenants landlord justice in the future.
Awesome. I'm so proud
Yeah.
of you. Now,
Thank you.
as a Black woman entrepreneur, how do you leverage your identity and experiences to drive inclusivity and excellence in your business?
Oh wow. Yeah. I see everyone as they are. I do not judge. I do not see color. I do not see disability, because we have to be all inclusive in everything we do. I've trained some people right now because I need to get some staff. So I'm training volunteers who wants to learn what I do for free right now, and they have all grades of color, disability, and that one of them thought, oh, because I may be off more often than others, I wouldn't have taken her on. Why not? She is really good at what she does. She has a disability, but that does not make her who differ from the fact that she is very capable in doing what I'm teaching her. She understands everything I do. Sometimes she educate me in something. I went, oh, I didn't think of it that way. So there is no discrimination in my part. Although I may have experienced discrimination in my lifetime, I do not pass it on to anyone. Of course, we all may have biases, but consciously, I'm fully aware that, okay, do not have any biases. If something comes to my mind, I'll pause, pray on it, and just be fair to everyone. The key thing is integrity. Integrity is who you are when no one's looking.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, where do you see Cosil Solutions in 5 years, and what impact do you hope to have on the property industry?
I want to be like a tornado. The mediation currently is something that's not in the forefront of anyone's mind. I'm very vocal about mediation on my platform on LinkedIn. And only now, people, oh, I didn't know this. I want to be out there. I want to have branches in different cities in the UK. I want to branch out to the Caribbean and do, because we have the same law, to help my country. I'm from Grenada. Have something in my country I could teach people from my island. This is how you can do this, and it's transferable. So if I could become a accredited trainer to train people, and I will have volunteers train them pro bono. I do pro bono work as well. I'm a volunteer for a mediation company as well. So I do a lot to give back to society, because although I've had struggles in coming up, there has always been someone who has supported my way through. So I
I
want
love
to give that
that.
back.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
that. That's so awesome.
Thank
Now,
you.
what advice would you give to, or what message would you share with young Black women aspiring to make their mark in entrepreneurship, even in just the property industry?
I would say it doesn't matter what industry your heart is drawn to, believe in yourself and move forward one step at a time, because I had paused this for many many years doing my own thing, because I didn't believe, although I had the skills to train people on what I do, but I didn't believe I could do it on my own. And by me reconnecting with God in the pandemic has actually given me the drive, the intentional purpose to keep pushing.
All
So I
right.
would just say, stand on what you believe and push forward.
Inslee, I love your story. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to drop off the screen, and I want you to tell people where to find you on social media, your website, all of that, okay?
Okay. Hey everyone, I'm Insley Ettienne, the founder of Cosil Solutions. You can find me on LinkedIn on the Insley Ettienne. My business page is called Cosil Solutions, COSILSOLUTIONS. And my website is www.cosilsolutions.co.uk. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Inslee. Like, this has been a dynamic interview. Thank you for sharing your story with us, for even allowing us to feature you as another beautiful Black businesswoman.
Oh, thank you. So kind, Cami.
Stick around for a little bit. I want to talk to you a little bit after the interview,
Of
okay?
course, I will do. Yeah.
All right, you guys. Insley Ettienne's work in property mediation and stakeholder engagement is changing the way disputes are resolved in the housing industry in London. Through Cosil Solutions Limited, she is championing collaboration, fairness, and efficiency ensuring that mediation becomes a first line solution instead of an afterthought. As she continues to expand her business and impact, Inslee serves as an inspiration for Black women in entrepreneurship, proving that success is not just about breaking barriers, it's about creating lasting solutions that benefit communities. Again, thank you, Inslee, for being a part of our series. And thank you guys for tuning in for another beautiful Black businesswoman. We'll see you next time.